When I was 22 months old, I was diagnosed with retinoblastoma, which is an eye cancer. And due to that cancer, I had to have a surgical operation to have my right eye removed, and subsequently had several visits and appointments and procedures in hospital settings. And during one of my visits as a child, I developed a relationship and a connection with one of my respiratory therapists. And because of that connection and that relationship that I built with her, I became a respiratory therapist. As the director of respiratory services during COVID-19, I support not just the team here in the hospital, but also the team of respiratory therapists. And all respiratory therapists, it doesn't matter where they work here in the country, they're a very dedicated group of individuals that work very hard and want to see the best outcomes possible. And it's wonderful to be there with them and get them to watch to celebrate even the slightest improvement in these patients and how hard do they work with them to get them off the ventilators. And then we get the honor of being a part of when they leave the hospital and celebrating that with them. Being a respiratory therapist is a very rewarding career with a lot of varying opportunities. There are respiratory therapists that work in physicians' offices. There are respiratory therapists that, strictly work with neonatal and pediatric patients. And then you have respiratory therapists that work in large hospitals that are trauma centers and are able to work with varying populations throughout the day. And it is a career where you see people come in at their worst, and you form that relationship with the patient as they improve and as they get better, and you get to celebrate with them when they go home. When you work in a neonatal intensive care unit, there are sometimes you see these same babies for 3 and 6 months, and you get to celebrate the first with the family, the first time they grab something, the first time they open their eyes. And then oftentimes those family members send Christmas cards, and you get to see how wonderful it is to watch that life develop.